SwissBorg is the official partner of my channel where you can buy, sell, hold, and more importantly stake your cryptocurrencies. You can even earn yield on your stablecoins. Sign up with my link and you'll earn up to $100 worth of their native token CHSB just for depositing €50 worth of crypto. SwissBorg. Hello everybody, welcome back. We'll make a short video. There's no need to look at traditional markets. They closed where they closed. Basically flat, to be fair. I like the look of commodities like gold. Oil and blah blah blah. These things looked okay, but I'm not going to talk about them now. This is why you want to join the Patreon. That's why there's a link in the description below, as well as all the other links you could ever ask for. In fact, Gate.io just made me an official affiliate with them. So if you ever want to set up a Gate.io account, you're going to get 25% rebate on all your trading fees, as well as futures for life as well. So I'll be touting that, I think, over the next few weeks. That's quite good because I like Gate.io. Anyway, let's get stuck in. So we're just going to focus on Bitcoin and then think about what that means for altcoins. So what we're looking at here on a daily for Bitcoin is an incoming golden cross that's sitting around that major level around 21,500. Golden crosses like to get retested, don't they? So we should expect that to get retested. It doesn't have to get retested at this exact level, but you know, that's where it is right now. It will catch up with price action. Now, we've been rejected 3 times in a row from around these levels. The wicks being lower each time. That corresponds to what I would expect to be a rejection now, an official rejection. If we take it to a weekly, it's not just a random zone either. It's the 200 weekly moving average. In fact, a little tiny piece above it, but it's a major area. So I was saying yesterday, if we're going to extend these targets to the 32, to the 38, maybe even to the 40,000, which again, you know, I'm not saying this to be hopium. This is realistic stuff. Breaking above here would change the outlook on Bitcoin long term, and I think money would start to pour in because you'd see this as basically the bottom line. Yeah, if we're above a 200 weekly moving average, you know, you would expect to stay above there and trend above there for a reasonable period of time. At the moment, we're below there, being rejected from there. So, like I say, I'm not particularly scared or worried about this. We are trending on the higher term time frames like a daily, but we're still yet to cross back over that line, the line of that will give investors and in general TA connoisseurs the confidence to pile in the cash. It is a rule, basically, just like we use the 200 simple and exponential as a rule on the lower term time frames. It's a kind of a rule, and again, we're getting a rejection from there, each wick being lower. Now, you know, to break this scenario, I'll take you to this chart. It's not that Bybit has a better chart. It's just I'm going to take off all the noise, and we've got a simple channel in here as well. This at the moment is the channel that we should be more aware of than any other thing. So it's like a speakerphone type channel. So up to the top, rejections, back down to the bottom, up to the top. Okay, fair enough. What does this mean? Where are we going to go? So I could put in another portion of this around here. So we could be thinking of 2 channels. So a larger, broader channel, and then a smaller, broadening channel, which would mean that, yeah, at the moment we could be coming back down to that area of around 23,000, which, you know, if we go back to our previous chart, 23,000 is a horizontal significance. I know there's so many lines on here that, you know, even, yeah, it's likely to hit one of them. Basically, if I could just cover my chart in lines, I'll never be wrong. But you can see where I'm going with this. This is rejection central. That's still a big rejection based on moving averages on higher term time frames like the weekly. We come back down to these areas, fair enough, that's okay. If we break down from those areas, then we're coming down to the 21. If we break down from 21, we could really see you know, a much deeper collapse. Now, I'm not massively scared or anything like that. I wouldn't say. It's just worth thinking about, especially when we've got that incoming golden cross on that daily, and that likes to be retested, which is sitting around the 21,500-ish area. Now, when it comes to altcoins, because we were looking at a lot of altcoins last night on the Patreon live stream, and they were all looking quite good. And Ethereum, very much like Bitcoin, a little bit of lagger, but more or less like Bitcoin, incoming golden cross on the daily. Not achieved it yet, and that would be sitting around here around 1,550. So if we get that, it's going to make altcoins look good. a lot of altcoins do already look good. But again, if you want to buy into, if you want to trade, you've got to think about trading from supports, not resistances. We are pushing a major resistance again at the moment. This is a very significant horizontal based resistance that goes back a long time. We've got these areas where we had the launch pad, we had a big crash down to it, double bottom, triple bottom, and then this major area where we collapsed from, a top here and a top here. So this area really is super resistance, and if we get above it, well, super support. I think the likelihood is we will get above it at some point soon. Is this the time, or is this just going to prove to be mega resistance? With the incoming golden cross, I would like to see a scenario like this. Way moving into that support. Okay, we're good to go, and we're above it. Okay, we'll retest it. Let's go. That's what I'd be looking for. I find it a little bit, a bit of a hopium scenario to expect that we just break out of it now. Although obviously anything is possible. It could happen. There's evidence enough to suggest that it could happen. We've got the RSI breakout right now. We've got a turning up of the MACD, but we don't have any bearish divergence on the money flow index. And the volume is still quite good. So, this could lead into what could be an alt season if we were to do this. I just think it's a little early. I'd love to see a golden cross retest, and first we'd need to see a golden cross. So the last thing I'm going to look at would be the Bitcoin dominance chart. For what it's worth, we do like to look at this. This is a daily. We do have a golden cross. Bullish. We came down to retest the 50 exponential, bounce from there. So things still favor Bitcoin, whether you're pumping or dumping. The risk to reward is better while sitting in Bitcoin currently. If we look to rotate or think about trading altcoins outside of just trending with Bitcoin in the market, because again, you can buy an altcoin, it'll go up way faster and bigger and broader than Bitcoin. I mean, look at EOS today. Even EOS is running high today. Then the best thing to do is to wait for a major area of resistance. This area here has proved to be one of those. Through the bull market, or should I say the later stages of the bull market, so this is the big May crash, we still went on to make a new high for Bitcoin. We also had this double top over here for the dominance chart. And then in the midst of the bear market, this is where, someone told you, it was me, that there was going to be an alt season. Captain Noobmaster hated it, especially when we did 200%. So look, that's where I would start to call for proper alt season. Again, it would only be a couple of 100% at best if we got up to those areas, but for the moment the market's just going to trend as one, so you're better off thinking about remaining around Bitcoin than overreaching into altcoins for prolonged periods of time, because this chart doesn't care about price action. Price action can go up or down, so and this will continue to go up or down. It doesn't respond and it doesn't correspond to price. It is just a reflection of market cap, really. So, long story short, we're at resistance. Yeah, we're at major resistance on Ethereum and on Bitcoin. And we want to see if we can break that. And focus on the wedge formation for Bitcoin, which would mean that closures above the previous wick high, which is around 25,500, arguably towards 26, would likely be this range completely broken. We start to move really up to the next level. Probably mark off around 28,000 for the next major target for Bitcoin. And Ethereum, more or less basically where it is right now. Closures above the last wick high and support basically on that 1700 would mean, I would say, it would start to sail on up towards 2,000 for one single Ethereum. Who would have thought it, eh? Back in the olden days, who would have thought it? And that would just be the start. I don't know where Ethereum's going to go. But I would expect to see an Ethereum of 10,000 or more by the time this next big cycle is finished a few years down the line. So either way, things are looking good in the short term. Be prepared for a pullback that could feel significant, but really it's just bullish retest after bullish retest after bullish retest. There's nothing much more to say about this chart or any of these charts. I, for one, probably not going to be looking to trade anything this weekend. If we get the breakout, so be it. I'm still in my Bitcoin position that I picked up on that dip around 21,500. I'll sit in that position until we move into this area on the dominance chart for an alt season, really, or we start to get Ethereum above that 1700 and remaining above there, and that would likely make some of these other altcoins feel a little bit more confident. Tomorrow I will make a video about the and coming alt season, I suggest you stick your notification bells on, subscribe to the channel, because there was something very interesting that we found on the Patreon live stream last night around a lot of altcoins, and there will be power in numbers, and this is a lot of the time this is how alt seasons occur. They all move together. The dominance chart moves by association with that, and there was some really good setups brewing on lots of altcoins. Again, if you're part of the Patreon, you probably would have seen that last night. But if you're not, you'll just have to wait till tomorrow. Anyway, for the algorithm, what we're going to ask today. Let me have a think. I'll tell you what, yeah. What was your favourite computer game growing up? Tell me about that. Because obviously, the algorithm doesn't care what you write, so long as you're engaging with me. And stick a click on that like button. Anyway, I will leave it with you there. Bit of a non-video, really, but summary. We are at support. I mean, are at resistance. Are we going to break it, or are we going to get rejected from it? I'm not too bothered. Whatever we do, we've trended so far so good on the daily. We can afford to come back down again and to see how bullish we really are. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.